Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a super exciting story that'll have you rolling with laughter. Suddenly, the village chief sees Dohai with a gun, covered in what can only be described as overly confident fake blood, and his face instantly changes. He hurried to the mine and bumped into the guy from the last horse racing scene, thinking to himself, hey, one more person means double the fun. Unable to find the contact, Dohai opted to hide in the car like a kite waiting for the wind, and before long, the target drove right up time to start the show. So, just go ahead and tell me what you need, Dohai said, even though he was aware that things might not go so smoothly for him. But deep down, he thought, if I don't lose anything today, it's still a gain. Isn't it worth giving it a try? Life may not have given him justice, but he thought he'd fight back with a little firepower. As the police sirens got closer, he couldn't help but chuckle. Meanwhile, a horse found its freedom, while the kids envied others setting off fireworks. So he thought, hey, why not throw my own firework party? Well, he looked around cautiously and thought of a brilliant plan, only to see Dohai sneaking around like he was in a ninja movie. He pulled out a gun, thinking, maybe I should have bought a VIP pass for this chaos. Meet Qiangzi, who recently found himself chased by two punks on his way home. It's like a scene straight out of an action movie. Qiangzi didn't panic. He calmly slowed the car down and thought, wow, they really believe they can catch me. When they demanded money, Qiangzi reached into his pocket and pulled out what can only be described as equality for all, sending them into a freeze. They were dumbfounded and suddenly remembered their mother's wise words about studying harder. Too late for them, because boom. After that, Qiangzi hit the gas with style, leaving the group defeated, and he looked like a hero. This tale is based on the true story of Qiangzi, a kid who was basically a little demon. Nobody dared to mess with him. This time, Qiangzi returned home to celebrate his mother's 60th birthday, and those three brave souls had no idea they were messing with a pro. His skills were on a whole new level, like a ceiling anyone admired. He changed 5 motorcycles and 3 boats just to get home. The birthday feast was in full swing, with delicious aromas everywhere as Qiangzi felt like he had just received a food passport. He approached his mom with his family to pay respects, but she just wouldn't let go of his leg. Mama knew all too well why her son had stayed away so long. Her face was as frosty as a fridge. Qiangzi was used to this treatment, so after bowing 3 times, he took his family and left, shaking his head. As soon as he got home, his 2 brothers showed up to split the birthday expenses like they were counting candy. Qiangzi quickly declined and said, just give the money directly to Mom. His brother was dumbfounded, so buy her something nice then. While the Green Mountains remain, there's no need to worry about firewood, so everyone relax a bit. 1 person gets 3, yet everyone's calculations went wrong. The brothers never played fair. It was always business, and he said, this is your chance to show us some subtitles. Over the past few years, even though Qiangzi has been scraping by outside, he has always kept his mother in his heart. Occasionally, he'd rob a passerby or 2 and send some cash back home. Talk about a twisted sense of compensation. Did you really think this was the right thing? He thought to himself. The very last sum of money actually arrived from Qiangzi. What a surprise. The 3 individuals raised the toilet paper high in their hands, as if paying homage to those 3 warriors who had attempted to pursue him. Mom grumbled, every year we have to set off firecrackers at home. Why can't I have a lively New Year for once? After that, she shot glances in all directions, muttering, blame it on heaven if you can't understand. Ask him. The villagers were immersed in cards and booze enjoying life, while Qiangzi just made a quick lap like a merry-go-round. Seeing villagers bickering over little matters, he couldn't help but chuckle. This is way less exciting than my usual escapades. On his way home, seeing his son enamored with fireworks, he thought, hey, I'm also a dad who can set off fireworks. Don't be shy. In his heart, he had already made up his mind to give his son an incredibly special fireworks party, instantly transforming into a joyful clown. What's the big deal? My dad lets me set off fireworks. I'm gonna make it a spectacular show. The next day, Qiangzi headed to the station, thinking to himself, let's be bold, bought 3 train tickets to different places, what's the worst that could happen? Just as he was about to leave, big plans popped into his head. I need to leave some big score for home. He arrived at the mall, pretending to go shopping, chuckling to himself inside. Finally, I've got an excuse now. While pretending to scrutinize the goods, he left his alibi for good measure, daydreaming about his bright future. Noticing a woman carrying a large amount of cash, he suddenly became energetic and jokingly thought to himself, why not have a little surprise? He swiftly executed his plan, and after pulling everything off, he made a discreet exit wearing a blue velvet coat. Nearby, a driver crashed as his tomato truck overturned, exclaiming, big effort, small yield, huh? And that guy was Hu Dahui, who happened to cross paths with Qiangzi. Soon after, he decided not to take the bus home. That crucial moment, the sun was shining, and Qiangzi had no idea what was about to unfold, setting the stage for their tale. Xiao Hui, a 16-year-old, ungraduated kid, struggled to make a living in Guangdong, not easy. Today, he borrowed a phone from Hugh and Mao to check the map, which landed Hugh and Mao in a bit of a pickle. What a funny coincidence. It was wildly irresponsible to pick on uneducated kids, but ultimately, consequences were in store for their actions.